Okay, first of all, I just want everyone to know that a few days ago I discovered CapFriendly's Armchair GM feature, so I made an account and posted my first Canucks trade suggestion, and based on the 3 comments I got on my post, people weren't having it. But you know what that trade suggestion was? Sending Anthony Beauvillier to the Blackhawks for a 5th round pick. We can ignore the other parts of the trade, okay? I don't want to see any comments about the other parts of the trade. And in case you didn't know, the Canucks actually made that trade on Tuesday, sending Anthony Beauvillier to the Blackhawks for a 5th round pick. Look, I'm feeling pretty smart today, so, let me have this, okay? I need it. Don't say anything. Just, I'm smart, okay? Please. Anyway, on to Game 23 against the Anaheim Ducks, who were expected to be a bottom of the standings type team heading into this season, but actually got off to a pretty good start, winning 9 of their first 15 games. They beat teams like Boston and Vegas. However, since then, they've come back down to earth a little bit because they came into this game having lost their last 6 games. So they were pretty hungry for a win, but so were the Canucks, who only won 2 of their last 6. So we were in for a pretty good game. But for the first 5 minutes, the Canucks were the better team by far. They were forechecking hard, winning every puck battle, and hemming the Ducks in their own end nearly every shift. Mickey almost scored a beauty here too, and luckily it wasn't just all for show because Besser was able to tap one in here for his league-leading 16th goal of the season. Now watch Pettersson here. He blocks a shot, it breaks his stick, he runs to the bench, gets a new stick, blocks another shot. I mean, it's not incredible or anything, but when you have a player like Petey making such a big impact on both ends of the ice like that, it's just awesome to see. He is going to get paid handsomely at some point this season, that's for sure. Nils Åman was noticeable yet again, almost scoring what would have been a highlight reel goal here. Quinn Hughes liquefied some more ankle bones while dancing on the blue line again. Then look at this play here. So it's a power play for the Canucks. Miller is hiding over at the bench, hoping the Ducks defenders don't see him. Quinn Hughes spots him and sends him a perfect breakaway pass. Unfortunately, Miller couldn't quite get the puck over Gibson's pad to score, but that didn't concern me. What concerned me is the awkward way he fell after the play. Watch how his right skate sort of gets caught in the ice here. I've been watching hockey long enough to know that the bad long-term injuries are usually the ones that happen on plays that look fairly innocent. The pucks in the face, the giant hits, those ones have players come back in a couple games and even as early as a couple shifts sometimes. I'm not kidding when I say that I fully shit my pants when I saw this, but it was unnecessary because he was fine. He played the rest of the game, it's all good. Tyler Myers then took a penalty and Ryan Strome scored on the power play to make it 1-1 heading into the 3rd period. Now, I just gotta say that I think Petey's alright. It's possible he's dealing with a minor ailment of some sort, but I think he's probably just fine. I know I made a big deal out of it in my last video, but I think I just got caught up reading too much into Canucks Twitter, which by the way, could be a video on its own someday if you guys are interested. Canucks Twitter is a wild place to be. But yeah, Petey had his name written all over this game, including this nice little wraparound goal he scored while John Gibson was trying to punch Andrei Kuzmenko in the face for some reason. And Petey wasn't done there. On his next shift, he came out and absolutely rocked Ducks defender Jackson Lacombe, but man, look how close the skate came to Pettersson's face here. I re-shit my pants when I saw this play. Pettersson was actually asked about this after the game, and he seemed pretty unfazed.
After the hit, I saw a skate was pretty close to my face, but yeah.
Now look, I may be a diehard Canucks fan, but I also love hockey, and I need to acknowledge this gorgeous save by John Gibson here. This guy deserves to be on a better team while he's still in his prime. The Devils should try to get him before the Oilers do. I do not want this guy on the Oilers, that's for sure. Flashback for a second. Remember that infamous moment from Pettersson's rookie season when he deked the balls off Matheson and Matheson got angry and threw a temper tantrum, injuring young Petey in the process? Well, in this game, Pettersson shimmied the titties off Sam Carrick, and you could tell Carrick was mad about it right away because he stuck his elbow out at Connor Garland a few seconds later. He missed him, obviously. And then look at him. He's just confused. He looks around for the puck, finds it, starts to defend, but then Quinn Hughes dummies him as well. Now, how do you think Carrick handled this embarrassment? Like a baby. He cross-checked Garland in the back for no reason. Then Miller took a page from Quinn Hughes' book by tossing this poor man's ankles into an industrial blender to set up McWard for a shot on goal. It got blocked, but I still liked it. We saw more good forechecking and offensive zone pressure from the Canucks. This was one of their best periods of the whole season, to be honest. Then Pettersson got interfered with for no reason at all. I'm not sure what Vakanainen was thinking here, but Petey was mad. And if we've learned anything this season, you don't want to make Petey mad. But before Pettersson could crack skulls, a Tyler Myers slap shot hit Mikheyev right in the top of his knee, and it looked so painful. Mickey needed help getting off the ice. He wasn't putting any weight whatsoever on that left leg. He left the game and didn't come back, and the whole time I was thinking, of course we lose a top 9 forward the same day we trade one away. But don't worry, there is good news. Apparently his x-rays came back negative, so he shouldn't be out for too long. There were a few moments in this game where Tocchet had Hoglander playing up on the second line with JT Miller and Brock Besser, and I think he fit in perfectly with them. I would love to see that more. So it's 2-1, there's just under 2.5 minutes left, the Ducks are pressing hard, and a rolling puck ends up on Mason McTavish's stick right in the slot, but he hits the post. Then Petey steals the puck for a half breakaway, half 2-on-1 alongside Connor Garland, but instead of shooting, he does whatever this is, and it actually almost worked. Now, I want to complain about something real quick. With just under 2 minutes left in a game they were losing, the Ducks took a penalty, and it was an obvious one. In fact, I don't really know why Gru was complaining here. Maybe he was just mad they said hooking and not holding, but whatever. What I'm pissy about is what Frank Vetrano does on this play here. He realized there was a delayed penalty and that the Canucks were probably just going to try to play keep away and run out the clock. In fact, I'm fairly positive that's exactly what they would have done. So to ensure that the whistle gets blown, he purposely knocks the net off here. This should be called too. It should have been a 5-on-3 for the Canucks. I'll give the refs the benefit of the doubt and assume they didn't see it. Plus, the Canucks were going to be on the power play regardless, so I'm not actually mad. But on the off chance that the refs did see that and chose to put the whistle away because the game was almost over and there was already a penalty called, I don't like that at all. Imagine if the Ducks had managed to score after that. Obviously they couldn't because Quinn Hughes is too good defensively and Brock Besser scored on the empty net for his league-leading 17th goal of the season, but you know. Anyway, so that was it. The Canucks won 3-1. Shout out to Luke, Ryan Laurie, Exotic 699, and Daniel Feltzman 7241 for predicting that score correctly. No one leave yet. I'm not done. Pettersson's post-game interview was awesome. First, he was asked if he's happy for his teammate Brock Besser, who after a few seasons is back to scoring goals like a machine, including the 2 he got that night. And Pettersson said this.
He had 2 open yesterday.
And then he was asked about his physical play this season and how demolishing people has evolved his game.
I mean, it's fun. I mean, I wish I was a little heavier early in my career. Sometimes I get pretty mad out there and I want to throw hits, so yeah.
What's the most fun about it?
Just laying guys out.
Anyway, with that win, the Canucks are now 15-7-1 on the season, good enough for 2nd in their division and 4th in the league. Now, can someone tell me when this regression is supposed to take place? No, really. Tell me when so I can mark it in my calendar. I'm talking to you, Canucks Twitter. Tell me, when will it happen? Or maybe, the Vancouver Canucks are just good. PDO? More like PDO! Okay, listen. The Canucks play the Vegas Golden Knights tonight, and there's no arguing the fact that it's the biggest game of the year so far. If the Canucks beat them in regulation, they will be in 1st place in the division, 1st place in the conference, and tied for 1st place in the whole damn league. And guess what? They are gonna win. It's going to be 4-1, and Pettersson is going to get nasty all over the ice. And you know the drill. Leave your score predictions in the comments below. Also, if you have any hot takes, controversial opinions about anything relating to hockey or the NHL, comment them below. I plan on making a video at some point where I address everyone's hot takes and either agree or disagree with them. Okay, bye. Please hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Here's a message from Thatcher Demko.
What's been the key to your own success?
I just like these guys out here. It's good energy, and yeah, they deserve some of this, sticking with us over the last few years.